What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Atlantic City, New Jersey. Today we're in front of the former Atlantic Club Casino, which used to be the Atlantic City Hilton. And before that, it was the Valley Grand. And even before that, it was the Golden Nugget. In fact, this is one of the only properties on the East Coast that Steve Wynn originally developed and opened. And man, back in the day, when it was opened under Steve Wynn, this place was incredible. I think Sinatra and a bunch of other famous people all played here at one point or another. And now the property's under redevelopment, or hopefully will be soon. There was a plan to build condos that were going to sell for around $2 million or up to $2 million, but it seems like that project may be on hold for now. They just put the north tower of the property up for sale for $55 million online. And the North Tower was an expansion that was built in 1997 or 1996, I forget the exact year. The original property used to just be that main hotel tower you see there. And there were some permitting issues going on between the city and the developer, and now the developer and the state, and there's a lot of back and forth. This isn't the only plan. There's been numerous plans to redevelop the property. Some company, I think from Pennsylvania, was going to try and build a water park near or on the old parking garage, and that fell through. So what I thought we would do today is take a walk around the exterior of the property and just take a look and see what it looks like here in 2025. It's always interesting to check out places like this. This is actually the only remaining property from all the closures in 2014 that hasn't been redeveloped yet. Hard Rock is in the former Taj Mahal. Showboat is still the Showboat, but it's now an arcade and a water park. And Trump Plaza was demolished, and Revel Casino reopened as Ocean Resort and is doing really well, both them and Hard Rock. So yeah, let's take a look around the property. Sorry about the slightly long intro, but yeah, let's go take a walk around and see what it looks like here in 2025. All right, so we're gonna start our little casino tour here at the corner of Sovereign Avenue and Pacific Avenue. And I gotta say, I really love the front entrance to this place. It's really well, or was, really well landscaped. And just really, it gives you a sense of arrival with the huge tower in front of it. If memory serves correctly, I believe the hotel tower was either 20 or 22 stories, and the shorter side was like 20 or something like that. I don't know, it's been years and years since I was inside the place. And right here in the front, there used to be somewhere a fountain. Oh, it's right here in front of us. This is a fountain that used to say Hilton on it. In fact, I remember seeing a video of Paris Hilton posing in front of it, or a photo or something like that. And yeah, we'll just kind of take a walk around the property and see what it looks like. I figured people who came to Atlantic City or come to Atlantic City might be interested in seeing it. In fact, you can still see the outline of the Hilton letters right along the marble or whatever material that may be. And the South Park garage was right across the street here. I remember the floors in the South Parking garage being somewhat narrow. And look at that, if I zoom in, you can see an exit sign precariously hanging from the ceiling or the top of the window there. And then the South Park entrance is right there, but it's all roped off. And, you know, one thing in Atlantic City is Mother Nature is not kind to these buildings, especially if they're not in use. In fact, you can see the valet area here is kind of a little torn up from the wind over the years. But, you know, that's to be expected. And if you look here, I mean, the facade of this building is actually really beautiful. It's got the gold motif going on there. And here's the revolving doors that, you know, I would assume they never intended for these to be locked, because these casinos are 24/7 operations. And you can see that they have chains wrapped around the thing. But hey, you know, you gotta improvise. And you can see some paint peeling here. I don't think you can see anything through these windows. I mean, I don't. But that entrance we just passed, and wow, it's eerily quiet through here. That entrance we just passed is where they had like these fake bird cage type of things. It's the best way I can describe them. They were like gold decorative bird cages. And let's keep going down Pacific Avenue here. And you got the facade of the old parking garage. How many floors was this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 if you count the roof. And I think this was like the valet side of the garage, because I seem to remember the garage running east to west when you were driving up and down the ramps. And I'll show you something else that's really kind of cool here. I have to step out in the road a little bit. Hope I don't get run over. But yeah, you got a mural here that used to be originally part of the Hilton. Like this mural was installed during the, or not Hilton. This mural is original to when the property was Golden Nugget. And it's remarkably well preserved. Like it's in really good condition for how old it is. Straight ahead, that building with the glass facade right there is the South Jersey Gas Headquarters. And below it is Stockton University, or Stockton College, I forget how you say it. And yeah, check this out. Right here, it has the name of the artist, or the name of the studio, and the year it was installed, 1983. Fantastic mural. But anyway, this property originally was considered for purchase by Stockton. Can you see anything? No. Yeah, there's nothing to see in there. Anyway, originally this campus was intended to be purchased by Stockton, and they had an idea of demolishing the main casino building but keeping the parking garage. And that deal never happened. And here's another building right here. This is Stockton. I believe those are either Stockton classrooms or Stockton dorms. Stockton's main campus is out past Egg Harbor on the mainland. And you can just see the peak of more of their dorms down the street there. But here's another casino entrance, or what would have been a casino entrance. When Atlantic Club closed, the property was purchased by a combination of the, at the time, Tropicana and Caesars Entertainment. And Tropicana, I believe, took the players list. No, the other way around. I think Tropicana took the gaming equipment and Caesars Entertainment took the players list. And I believe they deed restricted the property. Don't quote me on that. I'll look it up and I'll correct it on screen if I have to. But yeah, it was purchased by a combination of those two gaming empires. And Tropicana is now part of Caesars Entertainment. So there was definitely a lot of consolidation going on in the gaming industry in the last couple decades here in AC. And wow, look at the facade. It's just so huge and so imposing when you're walking past it. It's really kind of a tragedy that this place never did better. I know at one point in the early 2000s, as competition was growing from Borgata, when Borgata was coming online, they had talked about doing a massive expansion to this property. But I just don't know where they would have done it, because there's not really a lot of empty land around here. I mean, they probably would have had to buy a bunch of property if they were going to think about expanding what was the Hilton. Here's some loading docks here. And I was speaking to a gentleman earlier who said the interior of the building is mostly gutted, which makes sense. I mean, you don't want to leave a ton of old stuff in place because it can get, moldy or crusty or whatever. So if it is gutted, that's good. I mean, it's basically a shovel-ready site, So we're up on the Boardwalk side of things now. And I just fell into the boards a little there. But yeah, look at this facade, man. This place is still really attractive in terms of the facade. I mean, Sure, it might need a coat of paint or something, but overall it's in really good condition on the exterior for the facade down here. I know the upper part of the facade, there were some issues with the facade, and you can see pieces of the facade missing on the high-rise. But I really wish good things for this property. It's an Atlantic City classic that fell victim to the Pennsylvania gaming competition, more or less. And, you know, the bones of the building are good. The concrete is, I'm sure, in great condition. Somewhere online I saw a picture of the interior, and it was I think it was a hotel floor that was mostly concrete. And here's one of the main boardwalk entrances. And again, I'm not going to try to look in the window because with the way the glass is tinted, it makes it really hard to see anything at all. And I know this bar right here was a classic favorite of many people, the Dizzy Dolphin. It was in a really big atrium right when you walked in off the boardwalk. In fact, if you look closely, you can see part of the escalator that went up to the second floor. And there's a look up the hotel tower for you. And yeah, you can see a piece of the building's kind of missing over there. But, you know, again, none of this is unexpected for a building that was finished in either the late 70s or early 80s. So none of that should be a shock that the building is somewhat deteriorating. And over here, this was formerly the Hilton's Beach Bar. And again, weirdly, it's still in great condition. I mean, yeah, there's a couple screwed up boards, but not, you know, totally not unexpected for this place and the age of it. Although the Beach Bar was not original. There's the North Tower right there. And this building here, I never got to go inside of it, and I always kind of wondered what it was, but people online are saying it was the former theater structure, or there was a theater in there. And you can see the little breezeway connecting it. And you got the Ocean Club condominiums, which are currently undergoing some concrete work on the balconies and the facade. And you can definitely hear some jackhammering down on the boardwalk here. It's early in the morning, so the boardwalk is open for bicyclists. And man, have there been a lot of bicyclists. And what a weird facade for a theater. It looks like there's just plywood boards for the facade of the building. And that's been that way forever, as long as I can remember. But it's like, who chooses a board to be the facade? That one I just don't understand. Well, anyway, guys, that's going to do it for our walk around the former Atlantic City Hilton, former Atlantic Club, former Gold Nugget, former Bailey Grand. This place has had quite the naming carousel over the years. And I'll zoom in a little bit here on the penthouses for you. Oh, it looks like they had balconies up there. That's cool.
Go, baby, go.
And we'll see you guys in the next video here from Atlantic City, New Jersey.